Wake up, Daddy's home.
I feel the need for speed.
And it's shaking big time. Damn the torpedoes! Everybody on? Good, great, grand, wonderful. No yelling on the bus.
Good evening, all. I am your host, Maximum Warp, along with my co-host, Wreckship 85. Joe Era is he's got well, he's lurking. He's in the background. He got his new dire creepers, and he wants to play with them. So he's playing with his dire tech right now.
He's trying so hard to get the arms to go down to their sides.
Yep. My arm can't go down. Greetings, everyone in the chat. Sorry for the delay. Microsoft sucks. And we had some technical difficulties as a result of that. StreamYard is also kind of a pansy. So yeah, I had a little difficulty. Yeah. So we will do the best we can. We have a good show for you tonight. Jono and I have been talking about doing a little overview of the Energon universe. And if you are a fan of comic books, G.I. Joe might have been the one that got you into the comic book collecting thing. Certainly was for me. And so reading a different continuity outside of a real American hero it's kind of new for me. I've kind of dabbled here and there, but it's mainly just been a real American hero. So Energon really got a hold of me when it came out, and I've really enjoyed it. So we're going to talk about that tonight. Let's say hi to the chat. Let's see, who do we have here? Let's see. Todd. Welcome, Todd. Glad to have you. Let's see. Joe Hunter, yes, we will slap an Energon cube on it. It would probably, yeah, that would probably solve the problem. Yeah, let's see. Paul, hello, sir. Thank you for being here. And we also have One and Toys is with us tonight. Greetings, sir. All righty. So
I have a small crowd tonight because I think Casey and Hillbilly on the other Outer Universe right now too.
Oh, they're on another one. Okay, so we'll be the replay guys.
You're right.
So, well, who knows? You know, over time, we'll pay it forward. We're paying it forward. The joy of comic collecting and comic reading and just G.I. Joe in general. For me, it was always the comics. I was into the figures before the comic because the comic came out, I think in 84, 83, 84, and the toys came out in 82. So it just made the toy play much more enjoyable, having like basically pre-planned, written scripts and scenarios and things that you could recreate. So I was doing that. No, wait, I guess it was 82. It was 84 when I got into the comic series. That's what it was. So, yeah. So I guess, so Wreckship, you tell me, what have you read the Marvel run? Have you gotten the compendiums? Are you getting those?
I got the paperback of the first compendium. I got up to like 10, issue 10, and for me, like, and this is probably gonna sound bad. For me, it was kind of slow. That sounds like heresy, I know, but it just, I don't know, the story didn't grab me very much. It just was really slow and like jargony. I don't know.
Jargony, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
kind
funny
of,
that, yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that. That was something that me and my brother, when we were reading the comic originally, was the jargon. And that was
yeah.
something we actually quite liked. It's a little, he still does it in the ongoing series.
Hmm.
You know, he still has, you know, so that's kind of his writing style. So I'm not going to knock it, but
Sure.
we definitely learned a lot about military weapons and like armament and, you know, the jargon.
Yeah.
So that was really cool for us. So is I will say that, and you tell me if this is, you know, the contrast between a Real American Hero and the Energon universe. Yes, there's Devil's Due. There was like G.I. Joe Reloaded. There's been several different
Hmm.
continuities. The IDW, I call it the Dixon verse, the IDW.
Yeah.
So the Chuck Dixon issues. Um, the Energon universe is definitely, I would say, high octane. What would you agree with
Oh
that?
yeah, like the Energon universe is like, it's go 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 go. There's not like there's not really a dull moment necessarily to speak of. It's very
Yeah.
high octane, very, it's pretty high stakes constantly. Like, there's
Hmm.
always something going on. There's not a ton of dialogue in between characters, like without action in between.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
good and
there's,
bad.
yeah, I would agree with that as well. There's um I do think there's some good characterization. Everybody has their own voice,
Hmm.
um, you know, and their own personality. Yes, and we'll get into this. You know, I'm going to share my slideshow with you guys here in a second. But Duke is kind of the main guy, and so he's kind of the driving force, and he's definitely different. The Energon Duke is definitely different in temperament than the Real American Hero
Hmm.
Duke. So, and there's the interesting thing is that with new continuities, there you can do lots of different things, and so we'll get into what different things they are doing. And I guess do you want to do, since it's just me and you? Did you pick up anything? You want to go ahead and get that out of the way? We'll talk about that for a second.
Um, I did not pick up anything. My wife got something in the mail, but she got she got Lord Starkiller, and I have that review up on my channel now. If anyone wants to check it
Yeah.
out,
What, you're
feel
still
free
in
to
the
do
Black
that.
Series after Bobby bashed it?
Listen, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
No, like legit.
Yeah,
He knows his stuff when it comes to action figures and that kind of thing.
yeah,
And it,
yeah.
there was nothing I disagree with him in that video.
I didn't
All
either.
valid, all valid points.
Yeah, that's the main reason I don't collect Black Series, is the articulation scheme is pretty bad. So yeah,
Yeah.
was that Star Killer for your wife? Did she order that for herself? Is she in the Black Series?
Yeah, she got in the Black Series as a way to, like, just the shared interest of action figure collecting with me when we got married. So she's pretty much done with it now. She gets a couple here and there, but she's not like, she doesn't get them all the time. And even with the price increases with her too, it's just kind of like, she's like, I don't know if I want it that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the ones, I got the heroes from the original series. I've got all the bounty hunters and a couple of different figures here and there that I thought were kind of cool. But on a whole, I feel like I'm done.
Yeah,
There's
like
nothing really, nothing really now that I need. I mean, maybe I've got even, maybe an Anakin down the road or a Ben Kenobi or something. I don't know. We'll see. But
yeah, I
yeah.
think there's probably a couple more Jedi in the council that she has to get. That's about it, probably.
Yeah, I didn't pick up anything. I don't have anything yet, although my Valaverse order should be here on Thursday. Fingers crossed it's here on Wednesday, because I'm off on
Yeah.
Wednesday, so I could get some reviews done and some videos posted and stuff. So, but yeah. Yeah, Target has they have a sale going on. I almost picked up the new Legacy Spec Ops figure.
Nice.
It's kind of I didn't. And the reason I didn't is because it's $42, but if you spend 40, you get $10 off. So it's like 32 and change plus tax. It's like 35. I'm like, well, wait a minute.
That's just no more retail.
That's how much it used to be. And you know, and so I'm really just paying for what it used to be, which I wasn't happy paying for before. So like, well, I'll wait. Let's see if I can play the longer game. So
yeah, I saw one Walmart somewhere in the US that like slashed it to half off. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, all the Walmarts in my area have scads of those things. So I am definitely hoping that I can catch it on clearance. But I know that there are probably guys that hit Walmarts and Targets. They're more diligent, more dedicated than I am. They're probably going every day, wandering through every day on the before work, after work, something like that. So yeah, but yeah, be on the lookout for some Valiverse stuff, the black and all that. So Todrick has a fairly long here comment. So let's go ahead and read that before we move on.
Yeah.
And cool. yeah, I had to get caught up on the Energon when we were planning. When Jono brought up this topic, it's like, let me get caught up. So I had probably 6 months, 6 to 8 issues I hadn't read yet. So, but yeah, all right. So. Well, okay, so let's dive in here and see what we can see. Oh, let's say hi to Retro Tinker as well. Didn't want to forget him. Good morning, everyone. Is it morning where you are, Retro?
I think he's an Australian, isn't he?
Oh, you're in Australia as well? Oh, okay.
Forgive
me for not knowing that. Okay, so we had technical difficulties with StreamYard / Microsoft. And so I'm going to do a slideshow and just share my screen. So here's hoping everything looks okay. And so, Jono, you let me know if it doesn't. I might not be able to see anything other than the slideshow. And let's see, which one do I add? Let's add that one. Okay, and then go to my slideshow. All right.
We get the Tinker up too for spoilers.
I didn't come up with one, but I'm just going to say to everybody watching, whether live now or
probably spoilers.
Yeah, there's going to be some spoilers. Well, and I will be honest, I'm kind of bad about that. So I've asked Jono to rein me in if necessary. So so welcome to the Energon universe, everybody. Does it look good to you, Jono?
Yeah, hit the slideshow button.
Slideshow button.
The view slideshow at the top where it says view.
View slideshow. So okay, I am sharing. All I see is all of my.
Yeah, I can see the PowerPoint presentation, but then look on the top menu bar where it says view in your actual screen.
That is hard to tell. I can't.
I was like saying the full screen your presentation is what I meant, but
yeah, is it taking? Well, that's what I'm seeing. It's the full screen. All I'm seeing is what I would see on my computer. Is that
okay? Because all we were saying was just the PowerPoint. We can edit it and stuff. There you go.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right.
Nailed it.
Now I know what you're talking about. Okay, great.
First
now
try.
I can see you and me and everything. First try. All righty. Deep breath. All right. Spoilers ahead, folks. We're going in hard. We're going in fast.
We didn't bring the lube.
All righty. Oh, crap. That does not look good either.
No, this is supposed to be the one we before you added the glow to it. Oh, well.
Son of a gun.
Well, you know what?
Let's see. Does
This
that?
point, it is what it is.
Yeah. Good Lord. That is not how it looks. Okay.
We'll
Well,
figure it out. Let's just go. We'll figure it out.
yeah. All righty. Okay. Well, I hope you guys can see this. This is not, I worked hard on this. This is, yeah. Okay. So we're talking about the G.I. Joe version of Energon, or their corner of the Energon universe. So the Energon universe encompasses Void Rivals, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and now Mask. Just came out, issue #1. And so,
and also another one that I don't know.
ROM.
I've seen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some, I'm not reading everything. I read maybe the first year of Void Rivals and the first year of Transformers. But I'm all in on Joe, and I'm definitely collecting Mask. I've really enjoyed Mask as a kid. So, so G.I. Joe, their corner of the Energon universe started out with 5 miniseries. So Duke, Cobra Commander, Destro, or 4 miniseries: Duke, Cobra Commander, Destro, and Scarlet. And so we'll do an overview of those. That kind of set the stage before the ongoing G.I. Joe. It's kind of funny. It's not called Codename G.I. Joe, even though that's what it's called on the collections, at least the hardcovers. And I actually wish that was the name of the title. It's like Codename G.I. Joe. I just think that's cool. And then we'll go over all of the free comic book day specials from 2024, 2025, and 2026. So yeah, do you want to start us off? Do you want to kind of give us an overview of the Duke miniseries?
Sure. Gonna slide.
I guess let's see. Yep. Well, actually, it's Cobra Commander. Sorry, let's do Cobra Commander first. It's kind of funny. You can I was thinking you could do Cobra Commander and then Duke, but I think Cobra Commander came out first.
Yeah, he technically was first. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Anyways, yeah, this book kind of goes into detail of the origins of this version of Cobra Commander, and he's from Cobra Law. Again, he is a scientist from Cobra Law that had an unfortunate accident, and he got caught doing illegal experimentation, basically with technology, and so he gets captured and brought before Globulus, and is going to be arraigned for his crimes. But he proves to Globulus that he is still a useful tool for Cobra Law, and he can use the what was the phrase that they used for Megatron that was had in the cave? Was it just tin robot? I don't know, metal monstrosity, kind of whatever,
Yeah, abomination.
Metal abomination, yeah, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So to back up a little bit, the Transformers are already on Earth doing their thing here and there, and Megatron, I don't remember exactly how, but he winds up in Cobra Law, captured in Cobra Law. He's missing an arm and an eye, something like that. And so Cobra Law's been doing experiments on him, or Cobra Commander's doing experiments on him in secret. He gets found out. That's why he gets brought before Cobra or Galactus. Anyways, fast forward. Cobra Commander is sent out by Globulus to gather Energon for Cobra Law's purposes, and that's when Cobra Commander is and he meets up with Nemesis Enforcer in disguise as they go to locate this Energon source in the Florida Everglades, I believe is what it was, where Cobra Commander runs into the Dreadnoks.
And chaos ensues.
Yeah, it doesn't go well for him. He gets captured, but he easily manipulates them into infighting with each other pretty quickly, allows them to escape, and then once he escapes, Nemesis Enforcer tracks him back down, and he goes ham on the Dreadnoks and decimates a bunch of them. And then as he's doing that, Cobra Commander escapes him again, finds Ripper, has Ripper take him to the secret lair where they're holding. What was the doctor's name? Some doctor who's
Laszlo.
Yeah, Dr. Laszlo, and he is working on diluting Energon for the Dreadnoks and stuff. And so Cobra Commander, I'm going to save you, Dr. Laszlo, if you can work for me. He's like, okay, great, thanks. And,
yeah,
luck
and
would
it's like
have it
out of
that-
the frying pan into the fire.
Yeah, as luck would have it, once they come out of the secret lab, Nemesis Enforcer comes back to finish Cobra Commander off because they found the Energon, whatever. So Galactus no longer has needed Cobra Commander. And so as another fight ensues with him and Cobra Commander, but the commander's not easily, but he's able to. It's unclear whether he kills the Nemesis Enforcer or not. I think it's heavily implied, but there was no body, so you never know.
Yeah, well, and in comics, when there's no body, they're not dead.
Right.
I'm willing to bet that while it hasn't been revealed yet, I'm willing to bet that at some point in the future, we will see Nemesis Enforcer like strung up in some lab, and it's just one other thing that Cobra Commander has going, that we don't know about. He's got plans within plans. So, but yeah, there's a later slide. I'm going to show a few clips here, a few pages from, just to kind of illustrate just give praise to the art. But there's a really cool page of Nemesis Enforcer because he's in human disguise and then he comes out of it and all of his glory, all his winged glory. So
then at the very end of the book, I believe at the very end of the book, he meets up with Destro. I think is it in the book? Yeah. Meets up with Destro in Springfield, and he officially forms Cobra in this universe.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Zartan was actually like the first one to discover Energon. He's already using it. Zartan's not in this miniseries.
He does show up later on. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to Zartan. But
he is mentioned.
He is mentioned. And that's how he was going to sell, I think, the Energon to Destro, and that's how Cobra Commander is introduced to Destro. And so it's kind of like this mutual, like mutual defense pact or something like that. I have what you need, you have what I need. Let's work together, but neither one of us trusts each other. So, and I will say this, while I was not a fan, maybe as a kid, I was kind of a fan of the whole Cobra Law thing. Like, oh, this is new. But then over time, it's just like, that is just so weird. The Energon universe definitely leans heavy into the cartoon, the kind of the feel and the tone of it, but not, but it's like takes it seriously. And it makes sense.
Yeah, it's like if you took the 80s cartoon and put it in the Resolute timeline. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That kind of it's the feel of the universe.
Yeah, and I definitely like this version of Cobra Commander, maybe a little more than I like the Real American Hero version. The whole once a man thing makes sense in this universe. His motivations make sense. He's full blown psychotic. I mean, he's crazy as a loon, but incredibly cold blooded. He's pursuing and
calculating. He's already like
very calculating. Yeah, and that's what I really like about it, because at least that's where it deviates from the cartoon, because that's why I never really liked Cobra Commander in the cartoon. I thought Destro was the only one who had a good head on his shoulders. So this is the introduction to like how Cobra gets started. And then I guess I don't have the slides with the Yep, we have. And
yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll.
And we'll just talk about it anyways. It's fine.
Yeah. Missing some stuff. So, oh wait, this is actually the wrong one. That's right. This is actually the wrong.
It's okay. We'll have to just press off for now.
Okay. So yeah, and then so Duke's definitely the hero of the series. He's definitely the lead Joe, and he's kind of like the driving force. He's a bit on the emotional side, but mainly because he encounters a transformer. He encounters Starscream, and he survives the encounter, but a good friend of his doesn't. And so now he's like wanting answers, like what in the world is this? Where do these things come from? It doesn't really occur to him that they're aliens. He thinks that somebody on Earth built them and sent them, and he wants to destroy them. But he kind of gets he goes off the rails a little bit and has to be reined in. And so, he learns, we're introduced to a Dr. Adele Burkhart, who those of you who have read the Real American Hero continuity have heard of her before. She is kind of rewritten. She's different, kind of repurposed, new origin. And he goes to her to kind of find out, get some information as to what's going on. And does kind of learn that maybe these are aliens. But at the same time, I think she leads him to Destro. And so he's thinking that Destro built these things. And so he wants to go and get revenge. He encounters Mercer. He encounters Destro. He gets basically kicked out. And then he has to be, he invades, he infiltrates a Mars warehouse, gets caught, gets kicked out, and then Duke and Rock and Roll go after him, Stalker and Rock and Roll go after him to bring him back in, and lots of mayhem ensues as he enlists Clutch. So he and Clutch are good friends, and so lots of action there, and then we're also they're taken to the pit. Clutch and Duke are taken to the pit, and which is actually decommissioned, and they're just using it to store or house, like hide.
They kind of hint that it's the same continuity, kind of somehow. Oh, this was decommissioned since the 80s or whatever,
Right. Yeah. So little Easter egg there, and so if I recall correctly, they're being housed there, and that's where the Baroness is. She's also been captured, so they're introduced to the Baroness. And she's a lot like the version from Real American Hero, but she's not, she doesn't know anything about Cobra. She's just kind of her own, she's her own she's a free agent. And so, but she's been captured and everything. And so, but Destro, he decides he's not too happy with the fact that Duke has.
Duke discovers that Destro is building bats.
Right, bats and
that's where Duke makes the connection with robots and stuff.
Right, and so he's assuming, that he built the Starscream, although he doesn't know that's his name. But so he sends Major Blood after Duke, and so Blood and the Bloodhounds attack the pit, and it's basically just Rock and Roll and Stalker having to hold off a whole cadre of these guys, which incidentally, I would like to see a classified figure. Like, we need Bloodhounds in the classified line.
Right.
And so they have to, Duke and Clutch and the Baroness all have to work together to escape, and escape they do. And just so you know, spoiler alert, we all know that traditionally Major Blood has one eye. It's like a cybernetic eye, and one eye is cybernetic. Well, he has both eyes before he encounters the Baroness, and then he only has one afterwards. And so that will play into later on in the series. So they do escape. And I love this cover to number 4. I don't know, just something about it. Just makes me smile. I mean, it's just like, it kind of illustrates just the high octane action of the series. And if you notice down here, if you look at Rock and Roll, they are using a lot of the classified designs in the series. So I think that's pretty neat that they're doing that. And at the same time, fingers crossed that we someday get some classified figures, because Duke does look different than his classified line, even the first one. And so, so we have that, and then Duke does finally kind of track down
Sky Striker.
Yeah, he like hops on a sky
down like another Mars base in somewhere or something.
Yeah,
I mean, scrap iron.
Yes, love scrap iron. Yeah, so scrap iron works for Destro. Yep. And he looks like he has the scars. The scars that the classified figure has, and Duke single-handedly. Well, I think they blow up the base, don't they? In order to, like, Duke tries to blow it up, but Destro blows it up to try and kill Duke. And but that Duke actually works well. Dead. Yeah. And so everything's kind of being covered up, all the mayhem, all the action, all the destruction, and everything. And then Duke can take an inhuman amount of physical punishment.
Duke has plot armor out the wazoo in this series.
I'm talking. He has the the armor, like shields to maximum. I mean, this dude, he can just get shot up, beat up, stabbed, blown up, and it's like just keeps on ticking. His name should be Timex, not Duke. So anyway, so that is the Duke miniseries. And then that leads us into the Energon universe for the Free Comic Day Energy, for 2024. And you want to take that? Yeah.
So we're just going to focus on the G.I. Joe one storyline, obviously. So, but those of you unaware, the Free Comic Day for Energon universe, it typically has a little side story of each of the ongoing comics at that time. So at this point, I think it was just Void Rivals, Transformers, and G.I. Joe, or I guess kind of G.I. Joe, whatever. So the G.I. Joe one, it was a short story based on General Hawk sending the new Night Force operatives, Flint and Lady J, to go and capture the newly escaped Baroness, because she is a liability, as a free agent. And so while Flint and Lady J are on mission trying to capture her, Duke comes out of nowhere, Duke Ex Machina style, on a motorbike, and saves the day, saves her bacon for Flint and Lady J. And, they report back to Hawk, and Hawk's like, well, you know what? Maybe this will work in our favor. So just let it go for now. And then by the end of the story, we see Baroness in her new G.I. Joe uniform.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yep.
Hope we get to figure that too at some point.
Yeah, that was definitely that would be an interesting look. And that was one of the promo images too. I mean, in the ongoing series, there's a ton of different covers, and a lot of them have the Baroness on it. So what was it that Larry Hama said in an old interview where Hasbro didn't think that boys would buy a female action figure, and he's like, so he created the Baroness. He's like, just throw in her black leather and boys will buy it.
He's right.
Yep, he is absolutely right. So okay, so that was, and then we head into the Destro miniseries, and love this. One of the things about as I mentioned before, all of the Energon universe issues have multiple covers. Every issue has multiple covers, and I don't have this cover, but I didn't buy the minis. I just waited for the trades, but this is an awesome painted cover by David Mack, and I think he did. Is it Kabuki? What's he famous for? There's a I think that was the title that he created back in the day. But yeah, he's still doing covers for comics and stuff, and I just thought this was really cool. We got Tomax and Zaymot on there, and so this miniseries introduces us to kind of the inner workings of Mars, and as well as introducing Tomax and Zaymot, and why they are called the Crimson Twins in this universe is because the Crimson Guard are their own private military. They are one of the largest private military contractors in the world. And whereas Destro builds the weapons, they have the manpower. And we find Destro helping his cousin overthrow Darklonia, and so that he can have basically a free port to deal in weapons without any governmental interference. So, but during was it like an illegal arms fair? I guess they come under attack. Is it where they come under attack, or somebody? No, somebody attacks him at his.
Somebody attacks them using Mars Industries missiles.
Yeah, and he assumes it's the Crimson Twins because they're not there, but it's somebody else. Yeah, somebody else is trying to get them to fight.
It's heavily implied he did it himself, but
yeah, like a false flag event to as an excuse to take them out, and but it turns out it's a third player. That there's somebody else that's trying to take him out, and that introduces us to Chameleon right here. And so
right
there. Yep. And issue 3 there, the cover there. So
this version of Chameleon is not like the one from the original comics or the little figure either. At this point, at least, she's basically a whole new character.
Yeah, and she's completely new to me, so I did not know if she was in any other continuity. I don't recall her being in Real American Hero, although looking around, they say that she premiered in like issue 23, and I'm like, what? That's news to me. Sounds like a retcon that I was completely unaware of. So
I don't know.
So so maybe and to me she's new. So if she has been in different continuities and people are familiar with her, I wonder how she's different. So I guess that's something you can let us know in the chat or in the comments. She's turns out she is a highly trained sniper, as well as she has some but skills at disguise, and she's going after Destro. But it does not. He ends up. It's kind of funny about all these people fighting each other, and how they end up eventually, that while they don't trust each other, they realize that it's mutually beneficial for them to work together. And so so this is a spoiler, I guess, is that there's Chameleon is actually like she represents another faction, like artificial intelligence research, that sort of thing. And so she's actually trying to, in the hopes of like destroying this AI that is in a satellite, and Destro ends up helping her. Yeah. I just looked at it.
It's an Easter egg, too.
Yeah. I'd have to look it up right quick, but yeah, it's
called something. It's a very Easter egg name. If you saw it, you'd know immediately what it was referencing.
Yeah. Gonna make me look it up. I just can't. It's gonna be like an itch in my brain. Let's see if I can. See if I can find it quickly.
One of the fun parts about this book too is that it goes into Destro's kind of like ancestral burial mounds and stuff too.
Yeah,
and he talks to his ancestors. What overkill? That's it. Yeah, overkill.
Overkill. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, well, that's fun. Yeah, one of the other parts of this book, he goes into ancestral burial grounds up in the mountains of Scotland, and he talks to all his ancestors of this big giant, like elaborate tomb. Anything else about there's not been a single Destro in the clan that has bent the knee to anybody, and It
Mhm.
won't start with me kind of thing, you know. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely liked that aspect of his character, and the idea of that, is he really hearing ghosts? Like,
Yeah.
are they really, giving him guidance and everything? And so that's pretty cool aspect. And so, um, and I didn't say this earlier, but I wanted to give a shout out to the creative teams. So Joshua Williamson is the primary writer on on the Energon GI Joe. He wrote Cobra Commander. He wrote Duke. Dan Waters wrote Destro, and Kelly Thompson, she writes the Scarlet miniseries. And Tom Riley is the primary artist for, he drew Duke, and then he draws the GI Joe series. So here we are on Destro. It's Andre Bresson. I'm assuming hopefully I'm saying that right. On Andrea Milana, he drew Cobra Commander, the Cobra Commander miniseries, and he also kind of will rotate in and out on the main Energon Joe title as well. And so we haven't seen Andre Bresson yet on any of the other issues, I don't think yet. Maybe he's working on something else in the Energon universe I'm unaware of. But yeah, the series ends with a truce between all the parties, and Destro is now involved with Chameleon, and as well as being in a partnership with the Tomax and Zaymot. And the one thing I'd heard other people reviewing this miniseries and saying that it didn't really matter a whole lot, and I completely disagree with that. It's definitely
We'll
important
disagree.
where does, to know where the Crimson Twins come from, what their faction is, and that's something that I really kind of like about the Energon universe, is all of these different groups kind of coming together to work with Cobra. Cobra is really just Cobra Commander's thing. Destro has Mars, Extensive Enterprises, and all these other different groups, but they eventually kind of all end up underneath the Cobra banner. So then we get into the Scarlet miniseries. This is actually not, I reread it today, and I didn't like it the first time. I liked it a little better this time around. So I don't know. What did you think?
So this one, up until like 2 months ago, this one was the most inconsequential part of the story so far, just because up until issue 21, you heard nothing about any of these characters ever again. So
Yeah.
we've been sitting here for like 2 years, scratching our heads, and when we're going to bring her back around. We finally did, and we'll get to that. But yeah, I liked it for enough for what it is. It's basically a story of Jinx and Scarlet have a past. I think they vaguely hint at, but it's definitely a strong friendship, and they may be more than friends. They don't quite say it. You know, but yeah, Scarlet goes undercover to, I guess for the U.S. government in some capacity, to try and obtain the name and location of like some sex worker,
Some human trafficking.
Yes, the word.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Human traffickers. But Scarlet, but she sees Jinx there at the same location, but she's there working with the Arashikage clan. And they also infiltrated the event, and they start some stuff to save the girls, and so Scarlet joins in on the fun against direct orders, and so she gets kind of reprimanded for that. But once she gets to go home and relax, she's met by Stalker, who gives her this fresh assignment from, is it from Hawk? Maybe it's from Hawk. I'm not sure. But to go deep undercover in the Arashikage clan as well, knowing that Jinx is there and need to pull her out at some point. But she has to ingratiate herself to the Arashikage first. And so Snowjob is able to fly her out there to the clan's headquarters and Scarlet infiltrates, and she has to mow through a few dozen Arashikage ninjas to even get into the doors. And
Yeah.
once she's there, she's greeted by Storm Shadow, who, they're obviously very wary of her, and they're very much on like a, one false move and you're gone kind of situation.
Right.
But they use her to infiltrate this Yakuza syndicate's like business tower complex in order to retrieve this special sword that, you come to find out, is made of like basically a pure Energon blade, but it's some ancient blade that has a name. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
So they infiltrate the place, and they get to the sword, and then once they act about to acquire the sword and escape, Cobra shows up to claim it for their own as well, but they're rebuffed, and Scarlet, Jinx, Storm Shadow are able to escape with the sword in hand. And the last panel of the series is kind of sick because it's got Storm Shadow holding the blade aloft with like lightning behind him, like, oh, for the Arashikage, whatever. It's really kind of cool.
Yeah, they're all chanting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a fun read, but it was very inconsequential up until like 2 months ago.
Yeah,
So,
and I almost would say you can almost skip it completely, and then right before you read issue 21, read it. Like you can read.
yeah.
That's the thing. It's like somebody saying that Destro was inconsequential. It's like, Scarlet's
No,
kind of
Scarlet's
inconsequential.
Yeah, it's pretty
Or at least they haven't followed up on it. Yeah.
Also noteworthy, no Snake Eyes in this book at all.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm like don't like Snake Eyes, but he is one of those characters that sometimes gets overused.
Once he's there, it's kind of like, oh, okay, Snake Eyes is here, he's gonna win, whatever,
Yeah, it's the Snake Eyes show, and and I'm fine with that. I will say this, that there were aspects of the art of this particular miniseries that I didn't like. Mainly the anime manga faces. I didn't like how he did like the faces, but some of the design work. There's a scene with Storm Shadow when he's kitted out that I thought was really, really cool looking. I thought that was a really good design. And honestly, I like right here on issue, was this 3? This kind of this white uniform that Scarlet has on, I think looks pretty cool. And I think and Snow Job is in here, and it's kind of funny. I think he even says, like, why did they send 2 redheads to do this job?
Because you're in the middle of like Japan.
Yeah. It's like, it's not like we're going to stand out or anything. So, but yeah, and so let's see. And I wish I could remember the name of the sword, but I think it translates as like Blade of Life or something like that. But it's kind of like Wolverine's claws that can cut through anything. And they believe it's made out of Energon, which is kind of interesting. So if it's made out of Energon, does that mean that it's literally energy?
It's either like it's made of pure Energon, or it's like Energon infused metal, something like that.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's definitely,
it comes back around.
It's a shame. I'm glad that they're finally coming back around to it. I mean, it took them 21 issues to do that, but due to our technical difficulties, we're now at the end of the slides. But I'm going to try and get the other half loaded here. So bear with us, one and all. Let's see. I'll remove that.
While he's doing that, pop these up real quick here. If you're coming to Joe Fest, which I will not be at, definitely.
What?
I'll definitely not be at Joe Fest. If you're coming to Joe Fest, definitely won't be coming to Joe Fest.
I will definitely be.
I'm not going.
Yeah.
If you
Hang on.
see me and you give me the code word scuttlebutt,
Scuttlebutt.
you can get either this really cool holographic sticker, or
Ah.
even cooler, you can get a temporary tattoo. So, just want to throw that
Jeez.
out there.
Okay.
Scuttlebutt. That's the word. You gotta say the word. Also, it's only during show hours, not before, not after, during the show. That way, everyone
During
gets a full
show.
shot.
Okay.
There's the right one.
Okay. All right. How am I supposed to? Nope. 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 Okay. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. How did I do this before?
What's the button to hit
Did.
full screen? There you go.
Okay.
I think this
Dang
is
it.
actually the right PowerPoint slide. The glow effects in the background, so
Yeah, it's like I did it before.
text is readable.
Screen layout. Mm.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah. Blame Microsoft.
Yeah,
Okay.
100% your tab. We'll talk to her, John. But just beware. If you're behind, there are spoilers coming. So
Yep. Okay.
once we get
Okay.
you go up to the top there where it says view,
Top that says view.
top toolbar, screen.
On my screen? Let's see, I'm looking at maximize. No, where is view?
We're seeing the PowerPoint in edit mode right now.
Yeah, yeah. And I am trying to, I mean, I can bring it up to, like, if I do the slideshow.
There you go.
Okay, so, but
Hit
that's
the
all I'm
arrows now.
seeing is the slideshow. So,
Okay, hit the arrows. Shoot.
okay. Now, how does
Yeah,
that look?
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go.
Okay, so here, hopefully you can see in this. So this is a page from Cobra Commander, him with the imprisoned, captured Megatron. I wanted to show that. And then we have, well, I had to show the Thunder Machine.
Yeah.
And then there's Dr. Laszlo's lab. And then I had to show this guy. This is just such a sick looking picture. Yeah. Those of you who are big fans of Nemesis, Enforcer, Immortal, whatever you want to call him, and as he is kind of tearing out of his human disguise. And here we are with this is some of the artwork, Tom Riley's artwork from the Duke miniseries, and he's the main Energon G.I. Joe artist. Very cool there. And then some of the artwork from Free Comic Book Day. Not sure who this is. I don't think we've seen this artist before. And then some of the artwork, the interiors. Yeah, and there's this page with his ancestors, the tombs there. I thought that was pretty cool. And I thought the coloring was very well done in that series as well. And Scarlet, some pages there. So I kind of felt like, one of my criticisms of the art was like, Jinx really didn't miss Tricep Day. I mean, she's kind of like, is she taking human growth hormone or something? She's jacked. So a little too much, I think. But and okay, so here we go into Cobra Strikes. That's the first story arc of the Energon G.I. Joe universe. So issues 1 through yep. So so you wanna start us off with that?
Yeah, just read the copy real quick here. In the aftermath of the Transformers' arrival on Earth, the mysterious organization known as Cobra begins its rise to power. Duke now leads a special forces team codenamed G.I. Joe to combat them. But what will the Joes do when the enigmatic Cobra Commander unleashes the terrifying power of Energon upon humanity?
Dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, go ahead.
one of the key takeaways from this story arc is just they're trying to play up the leadership differences and similarities between Duke and Cobra Commander and their respective organizations.
Mhm.
And the Joes are they're completely disorganized almost the entire story arc. They don't mesh well together. They're not communicating with each other. They're all trying to do their own thing, and it's just not working. And Duke is very frustrated by it because Duke wants them to be a cohesive unit and whatever else, and basically be just a bunch of Dukes. And
Yeah.
so Hawk has to take them aside and tell them, hey, you can't you don't want 5 Dukes. We're a special forces unit. You want each member of our team to be themselves and let their specialties go to work for you, not against you.
Mhm.
And so, in the midst of all that, they're assigned a mission to protect an alien asset, but while scientists, arrive to study it. And when they arrive there, they're still bickering with each other. They're still infighting, yada yada. And suddenly, Cobra arrives to take the artifact for themselves. I think the artifact is some kind of like transformer finger or something. I think it's what it is.
Is that what it is?
I think it's some kind of like it's a finger. It's some kind of Cybertronian technology. So yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah, I guess that's one of those things where you don't have to read Void Rivals and Transformers, but if you want the whole story, you have to read. So it's like, okay, they got a transformer finger. Like, where did they get that? Does it really? Do I have to read the whole? Like, to have to read 5 other issues just to figure out how they ended up with the finger?
That is one thing I will say about this series so far is that, by and large, there's not a ton of crossover or references to other series, the book series, which does create a very vague timeline of events for a lot of the series. But anyways, side note for this one, and so back to the main story here. And this is where Cobra debuts the Energon weapons. They're actual laser rifles against the G.I. Joe's actual bullets. And this is also where, on the first mission, we have our first casualty of war. Spoilers, rock and roll beefs it real hard.
He goes out like a boss, though.
He does. He goes out like a boss. Not a chump at all. He gets turned into Swiss cheese. And the last panel is pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
All it counts.
And I'll be honest with you, it takes a lot. I mean, I have read a ton of comics and I have watched a ton of sci-fi just movies and shows and all that. And it's like, it takes a lot to surprise me. That surprised me. I was not expecting that at all. And like, oh, okay, well, it's okay. Well, I guess anything can happen.
Yeah.
Get ready.
So in the midst of rock and roll beefing it real hard, the team doesn't even have time to mourn because they have to deal with the Cobra forces still incoming, trying to take the asset. So Duke goes crazy. He goes Rambo on a fang outside the building, commandeers it, and blasts everybody in there. It's all chaos and whatever else. As the fang's taken out, Duke jumps out and gets back to the building because, of course, Duke has plot armor. Anyway, as the dust settles, the Joe team's down. They're injured. Cobra is getting away with the asset, and the Valkyries come in to usher the dead to Valhalla, and are literally going to and fro looking for injured Cobra soldiers to take out, and leave no survivors.
Yeah. Which also kind of gives a point to the female Cobra troopers that we've had in classified before. So it's like, oh, that's why they're called Valkyries. So they've been talking, they've been talking to Hasbro and like, oh, can we use these guys and or these girls? And so,
Yeah.
So yeah.
You want to the next part?
Sure. Let's see. So is that, oh, so yeah, part of, after that part of, I guess the second half of the storyline revolves around the brainwave scanner and Dr. Manev,
Dr. Manev. Archibald Manev.
Manev, whatever. It's Venom spelled backwards. And so, and it's all very, harkens back to the kind of the cartoon, like the Weather Dominator. It's like, it's the Cobra Commander's plot to take over the world in one fell swoop kind of thing. And so he's wanting to use the brainwave scanner to basically send out a pulse to brainwash just hundreds of thousands of people. I think it's in DC, if I'm not mistaken.
It's around DC in Mars headquarters.
Yeah. So, and that's his plan. And of course, they get wind of it, and they're trying to rescue Dr. Manev, and but Cobra's getting first, and Joe's get captured, and they have to, and of course, the plot armor on Duke just keeps on ticking, and so yeah, it's we get to see that, and the artwork's really solid in that. I really like Tom Riley's art, and I love the cover to issue 6 because of it. It kind of reminds me of like Flash Gordon and Ming the Merciless sword fighting. It just seems like everything's burning around them, and I don't think there's a throne, but there is a sword fight. They kind of, or at least Cobra Commander uses a sword on Duke. It's like, good grief, how much pain can this guy tolerate? But yeah, of course, the Joes at the last minute, they stop Cobra. Cobra gets away. Joes have to, they limp off to lick their wounds and everything. But they live to fight another day, and Cobra's plot is stopped. And so that's the first, the first story arc, which was great. I loved it. I thought it was it just made the cartoon. It felt like a cartoon, but more like a Resolute style cartoon, like more of an adult-ish, more mature type of cartoon. And one of the things, Risk. Yes, I was going to say
Risk.
Yeah. So the guy with the Winchester, the lever action there, that is Risk, and this is the core team. So this isn't like we're not introduced to the OG-13. This is Clutch, Rock and Roll, Duke, CoverGirl, Stalker, and Baroness in her Joe uniform, and that's pretty much been the core team, other than the loss of Rock and Roll, and so I think that's pretty cool. I'm glad that they're introducing new characters like Riz too. What was that?
He was there for a whole day.
Yeah. Let's see. Then we get into Free Comic Book Day for 2025. And this was a really good read. I really enjoyed this one. And it's where, after the first mission, Clutch just needs to get off by himself and clear his head. And it turns out that he's been driving around in Hound this whole time. And Hound shows up. He transforms right out from under him. And he freaks out and attacks Hound and everything. But he's like, hey, Hound's like, I just need help. I'm not trying to help you. I'm not trying to hurt you or anything. And so he convinces Clutch that he's friendly and kind of gives him, the lowdown on everything. And
we're also introduced to Matt Tracker.
Yes. So yeah. Yep. And so I think this is probably the first appearance of Matt Tracker in the Energon universe. So we're, which is really cool. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Just can't wait to see what they do with Mask. And so, and I really like the the relationship between Hound and Clutch. It's almost like Han Solo and Chewbacca in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we see Buzzard reemerges from the Florida Everglades, and lays the groundwork for the
He lost a
Dreadnought
hand
Corps.
during the fight. He's got a really cool hand now.
Cobra
Really
Commander.
cool buzzsaw hand.
Oh yeah. So let's see. So that was So definitely pick up those free comic book day specials. They are definitely worthwhile, and they definitely are important. It's not like the old Marvel and DC annuals that didn't matter at all a lot of times. So
Yeah, they're actually just each one of them has like story pushing details. So
yeah. So definitely. All right. So let's see. Now, are you seeing the next slide?
yes.
Blood's Revenge. Okay.
Mhm.
There we go. All right. So
Sorry, my dog's gonna go outside.
you want to take that one?
Turn the camera off. Yeah, just to read.
Oh,
Major Blood has returned for the revenge upon the Baroness. Nothing will stand in his way. Meanwhile, Clutch discovers a shocking truth that the last ally he ever expected to discover. Meanwhile, Flint and Lady J recruit two living legends, Beachhead and Shooter, for Night Force. The Black Ops
Bless
arm
you.
of Joe Team. That's my wife.
so,
Very loud sneezer.
hey, everybody's allowed to sneeze. So
Yeah, this was actually a fun little story arc.
yeah, it was. Typically speaking, they go comics nowadays. They go in 6-issue story arcs, and I like the way this one. I think was, let's see, it's like 7 was a standalone with Beachhead.
7 was the first Night Force interlude, so they're calling
Yep.
him.
Yeah, Night Force interlude. Yeah, and so I like that I like that the series is doing that. That kind of harkens back to the old school style of comic storytelling, where
Yeah.
like plot elements might be introduced, and then it'll be a year before they finally the culmination of it all, because they get all this other stuff going on. Chris Claremont was really good about that, and sometimes maybe he drug his feet a little too long, but back in the old X-Men days. And so
yeah,
I definitely have been enjoying all of the Night Force interludes. And I liked, it's a 4-issue story arc with Baroness and CoverGirl basically kind of going on a Euro trip. Baroness is demanding that she get some R&R, that she get some leave. And so, they're allowing it, but only if CoverGirl goes with her. And so she tries to ditch CoverGirl. CoverGirl's, she's with it. She tracks her down again. And there's some personal issues that Baroness is trying to contend with. Major Blood has been sending out, he's been hiring mercenaries and sending out his team to try and find the Baroness so he can get revenge for what she did to him. And unfortunately, I didn't have the slide. I wanted to put a slide up, but we were introduced to Raptor into the Energon universe, and he is the design of the classified figure. So he's got the big mech wings and everything. But he also has all of his birds of prey that he can essentially control, and that's kind of like a Major Blood sends Raptor after Baroness first, and so they have to fight and contend with that, as well as saving some of Baroness's family, and eventually they are captured, and they have to fight their way out. And it's kind of also, while I won't give away the spoilers of what happens, how they get out and all that kind of stuff, but it is one of those things where we're seeing the team beginning to coalesce. We're seeing 2 of the main characters becoming, okay, we've been in battle, we fought, we've defended each other, we've saved each other's lives, and it helps solidify the Baroness's role on the team. which I'll be honest with you, I'm just waiting for her to just betray them at some point. You just know that she's at some point down the road going to hook up with Destro someday. That's what I keep waiting on. It's like, it's someday she's gonna literally stab somebody in the back and take off, but hasn't happened yet. But
yeah.
But I definitely like this particular storyline, and I like that version of Raptor, and I do like the fact that they're using the classified designs in the series. And let's see, and the covers are really cool too. Actually, I've got a different cover for issue 8, so hopefully you guys can see that. I preferred that. Yeah, I preferred that cover. I thought that was really cool. And
yeah, I like the characterization of Beachhead too in issue 7, where like Beachhead is like, he's an older soldier. He's getting close to the end of his tenure. And he's all like, "Oh, they're gonna put me at the pasture and make me just train people all day, and I'm gonna hate it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hate the rest of my career in the military. I mean, it's gonna be a desk jockey all day, whatever."
Yeah.
And then Flint and Lady J recruiting for Night Force. It's like, all right, I'll stick around.
Yeah, it's like, no, we want you. We want you. You still got it. So, and I love the design for him. I would love. While I like the retro Beachhead, I would love something new like that. I think that is a great look. And just in these 3 pictures here, 7 and 9, I like the fact that they're sticking with a lot of real world arms. And so, you got a bolt action rifle, you've got a Soviet sniper rifle, you've got some suppressed, submachine guns there. You got what looks like real world tech for like red dot sights and that sort of thing. So I appreciate that attention to detail. And then issue 12, we have the introduction to Shooter. And Jonah, you may know this, I think she was introduced in the Devil's Due continuity, or the first Image continuity, like the unofficial continuation of Real American Hero. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that. She was like technically, if you want to retcon it, she was part of the OG 14 or whatever. There's a soldier called Shooter on the screen that was cut off.
Right.
And then they just made her a full-fledged character later on.
Yeah. And that's a reference to Jim Shooter, who was the instrumental in getting the G.I. Joe comic started at Marvel. But Larry Hama, I think at his panel at Joe Fest last year, talked about the inspiration, the actual woman that Shooter is based on. And so I'm like, well, when did she show up and when did he write that? So I'm still a little murky on where she showed up originally, but she definitely, I think Lady J and Flint have to rescue her, and Beachhead, I guess they have to rescue her from prison, I think, but she's still on a mission, and it just, illustrates she's
Dark Lawn, like she's captured by Dark Lawn or something, and she has to. Then she gets beat up by like this other Russian Eastern European lady or something other.
Yeah, like a big Brunhilde woman.
Yeah, Brunhilde basically, and she makes this impossible shot from like however many yards out amongst the trees, and
I think riding in the back of a Jeep.
Bumpy Jeep, no less. And
And
I love the way that the faces of Lady J, Beachhead, and Flint are drawn. And they see her make a shot, and they're like,
so almost like superhuman.
Yeah, it was a cool detail for her that like she needed the Olympic medal or whatever she got for the shooting competition to give her balance when she takes her shots.
Oh,
really cool. Yeah, she mentions that like she has to have her medal on when she's taking the shots to give her that counterweight.
Yeah, and that's another character that I would like to see a new figure of. The Shooter figure is not a bad figure necessarily. It's just it was plagued by the gummy era of classified. So I would love to see
the rifle's not great.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the rifle's terrible. Yeah. But even her arms seemed a little flimsy to me. But yeah, on a whole, I think she's a great character. So that's another one we haven't seen yet, seen again yet. So I'm really hoping that we start seeing more of Night Force and what they're right now they're just building up that team, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do.
We will. I think after this the actual current arc of Crystal Ball, we'll get to that. They're going to do a Night Force arc. So
right on. Okay. All righty. Yes. And then the Dreadnought War.
Mm-hmm. So after Baroness and then get back, Hawk tasks the team with finding these Energon deposits at various points around the world. And Duke finally takes some R&R. But wouldn't you know what, this R&R is also pretty close to one of the Energon deposits. And so Duke goes off and tries to find it. And wouldn't you know, it's also the same one that Cobra Commander is at, trying to get this specific deposit as well. And behind the scenes, Destro has planted seeds of treachery in Ripper's head, telling him, "Oh, it's kind of weird how you just kind of let this whole, Cobra Commander decimating your buddies thing go. It's kind of weird how you just let that blow over, right?" And Ripper's like, "Oh, you know what? You're right. I forgot to circle back to that." So he contacts his Dreadnought buddies, and they double cross Cobra Commander at the right opportune time. And that's also when Duke shows up. And so things happen, and Duke and Cobra Commander are thrust into a uneasy partnership as they both try to escape from the Dreadnoughts I guess it's like the Arizona desert somewhere.
I think it's they're in
somewhere in the U.S.
Texas. Yeah, no, they're in Texas.
They're in Texas, okay.
Yeah,
somewhere in the southwestern United States.
Southwest, yeah, in the middle of nowhere, Texas.
Yeah, and it's that nice cover that I tried to recreate there on the left.
Oh, you did? Yeah, you did a picture of the issue 13, right?
Yeah,
that was a good one.
But yeah, along the way, Ripper meets back up with all of his buddies. They get to chit-chatting. We find out Thrasher met an untimely demise after an ill-advised high five from Buzzer.
Oh well.
That after they escape the first interaction with the Dreadnoughts, Duke and Cobra Commander unwillingly stumble upon it's like an outpost of Road Pig and his pig buddies. So they don't do too hot with them, and that's when the Dreadnoughts catch up. And the Dreadnoughts immediately make Road Pig an honorary Dreadnought, but because he has grape soda in the back.
He can't be all bad.
Yeah. Oh, you got grape soda? All right, we're best friends now.
Right. It's like, yeah, and he's got an army of feral pigs.
Yeah. So they string him up.
Yeah.
They string up Cobra Commander and Duke on a fiery stake, and they're about to torture him. And Duke flat out tells the Dreadnoughts, "Well, let me interrogate him first, and then you can have at him, I guess." And so that's when the Dreadnoughts say, "Well, you can fight us for him." So the Dreadnoughts they untie Duke, and Torch puts a circle of fire around him and Buzzer, and they go at it for a bit until the G.I. Joes have finally picked up the scent, and they arrive, and that whole other battle ensues. And then as G.I. Joe is kind of in the midst of it, and they're maybe about to win, Cobra also shows up to take back Cobra Commander, and Destro and all of them. Oh, Cobra Commander, we're so glad you're safe. So glad we can rescue you from these redneck numbskulls.
Right. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we were totally here to save you.
Yeah. And so, as his Cobra manages to escape, he gives Duke the metaphorical bird, so to speak, and he salutes him on his way out. And the Cobra Commander eventually, he said, "Oh, actually, I'm not done with the Dreadnoks. I want to hire them as contractors, basically." They were like, "What?" Like, all right, works for us.
Yeah.
And then at one point in the battle, Clutch unleashed his hound.
Love that. I love that part.
That turns the tide, and of course, Duke in the moment is like, "What? What? What are you doing? What?" And they're like, "No time, Duke. We have to fight. We have to fight the Dreadnoks."
Yeah.
Fine.
Like, he's the difference.
Yeah.
He's the equalizer. He's the only way we're going to survive this.
Yeah. And this is also where Cobra Commander learns that they have one of them on their side.
Yeah.
And so this changes a lot for him.
Right.
In terms of G.I. Joe's ability to fight and stuff. It's a really wild issue. I'm leaving out a bunch of stuff because I don't want to give too many spoilers away and fun Easter eggs. But definitely check out that arc. It should be a trade paperback here shortly. But then,
one thing I noticed, you mentioned earlier about kind of like the different or the similarities between Duke and Cobra Commander. And Cobra Commander also has significant plot armor. I mean, that dude can take some serious damage.
Oh gosh, yeah, dude.
It's he's gnarly. Yeah, he is. He's just, and he doesn't, going back to what he said in the movie, it's like, I was once a man. He really was once human, but after this explosion and everything in his miniseries, he's been biologically, genetically altered, similar to what we saw in the G.I. Joe movie. And so when he takes his helmet off, everybody's like, "What in the world are you?" And and I haven't watched all of it, but Joshua Williamson, I think he's being interviewed by Destro as my spirit animal, maybe recently, and he was talking about there's the scene where they're strung up in Road Pig's house or his attic or whatever.
Yeah,
and he's like, that's his favorite. Yeah, BMAC, that's what it was. Yeah, that's his
Hasbro,
favorite. Yeah, that was his favorite part of the whole arc, was just these two guys that are enemies and they're just chatting.
Yeah, they're just casually chatting because that's all they got. That's all they can do.
Yeah,
hung up on meat hooks.
Yeah,
and then so this arc ends with another Night Force interlude, and we get to be introduced to this universe version of Roadblock. Marvin's melts, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin's melts, and he asks people on the regular, "How can I help you have a cheesy day?"
You already are, Marvin. You already.
So now I need this food truck in classified, please and thank you.
Yes, please and thank you.
Ramen, Ace. I know you're watching.
I know you're watching.
Ace. So get on it. Get a food truck going.
Absolutely need a shot up food truck.
Yeah. So this is a pretty fun one too. Roadblock. He's making melts for all those customers, and they're having a great time. And he's approached by Tomax and Zaymon, and they go through a bit of the history of them sending out agents and them being quickly rebuffed. And I think at one point he slams one of their faces into the deep fryer.
Ouch.
So they're like, "Oh well, we just figured we'd come in person because a man of your talents, we were wrong. A man of your talents has to be met in person by people like us." And they proposition him to run their Red Rocket food diner chain for them. He straight up tells them, like, "I know what you're about. I don't want any part of it. Get lost."
Right.
And so well, yeah, well, your food sucks anyways, so we're out of here. You'll rue the day. Like they're just like,
Who
yeah, well, you know
who
what? Your
says
food's
rue
getting
the
us
day?
anyways. Yeah, they're like, you'll rue the day. You didn't accept our offer, Roadblock. And then, a few moments later, the Crimson Guard comes in and just tears up the food truck joint. And Roadblock just is not having it. And so he takes care of all of them. He takes out their Stinger, and he rips off the minigun from the back of the Stinger, and just goes to town on them all. And then he takes his food truck, locates the twins, rams into them on the open road, backs up, gets on top of his truck like you see in the cover here, and just
Yeah.
lets them have it with the 50 cal.
It's like right there in the broad daylight on like the
I
Sunset
know.
Strip.
So once he finishes them off and gives them a good what for, and they escape, we have a panel of him kind of like poorly driving his beat up, shot up food truck, making the onomatopoeia sound back into the food truck spot. And he was like, this really sucks. This was my livelihood, and what am I going to do now? And again, wouldn't you know it, the Night Force shows up, and they're already cleaning the place up. And they hint at the fact that Shooter and Roadblock already have a bit of a history together. Hey, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
We'd like you to join our team. He's like, all right, works for me.
How can I help you have a cheesy day?
Yeah, basically.
Well, it's kind of like I would assume Night Force is meant to be like a spec ops, stealthy, kind of team, and he can flip over a Stinger by himself, and
dude, just he's a tank and just whoop.
I mean, a heavy gunner on a stealth ops team. It doesn't seem like okay, suppressive fire, but hey, it's cool that we definitely got him in the series now, and Marco Fodera, I think, right there at the top, the artist. I haven't seen him before in the series before. I really like the artwork. I was just looking through it while you're doing the overview, and really did like it. Hope we see his art again.
Talking Joe's does have a T-shirt you can buy on their TeePublic site with that Marvin's Melts logo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got one. So
okay. Oh, do you really? Oh, that's cool.
I'm ready to Joe Fest, that I'm not going to.
It's just not going to be the same without you, Jono.
Yeah, it won't be the same, but because I'm not going for sure.
Okay, so now we're getting.
This is the last full arc we have. This one's honestly kind of a mismatch. I felt like it wasn't. It wasn't that it was uncohesive, but it definitely kind of felt like they had to just tie up some loose ends real quick to get the story to move along. But yeah.
Like issue 20 is practically half of it's Matt Tracker. I think
right.
Yeah. But it is pretty cool. I like. I mean, it really is. To your point, it ties up and that happens in comics. It's back in the day, comics didn't have concise arcs. It was just continuous. It's just And there would be periodically either dialogue or panels that would catch a new reader up. Marvel did that a lot, and so it's kind of like, well, this is kind of what I'm used to when I was growing up. Is okay, we got to have a couple, like we've had multiple, like several concise arcs. We got to have a few issues just to tie things up that aren't going to be a, like collected for the trade kind of thing. But I did like issue 19. I love 19 and 20 were great, even though half of issue 20 is pretty much about Matt Tracker and them finding him and using his expertise and all of that stuff. But It I like the way they're writing Hound. I like him as a character, even though we haven't seen him much. I like the relationship that he has with Clutch and how betrayed Duke is. You know, like Clutch is one of his oldest friends, and it's like, you betrayed me to this robot, you know, this soulless machine.
You tell me. Yeah, I will say it did kind of feel like they just needed to wrap that story up real quick and yada yada it. Because Duke was pretty torn up about it. But then Hound's like, oh, no, I'm one of the good ones, Duke. It's fine.
It's all good.
Here's some facts that I know, and it's just common knowledge you just got to trust me on.
Right.
And Duke's like, well, okay, I guess.
Yeah. It's like, well, listen to Clutch. He's your friend. He wouldn't lie to you.
He just was.
Yeah. I mean, he said, you know, Starscream killed your friend, and now Starscream's dead, so everything's cool, you know.
Yeah. So yeah. So then, once Matt Tracker is able to fix up Hound's transponder, which weirdly enough, back up to that spot for a second, Matt Tracker gets ambushed by Scrap Iron, who was working for
Miles Mayhem.
Miles Mayhem.
Yeah.
There's that aspect of it that's kind of neat, crossing over the IPs there.
Yeah.
That Scrap Iron, as of that issue, is described more of like a freelancer mercenary than an actual Cobra operative proper. Sounds kind of neat, but also Scrap Iron's got a big giant monster truck. So where's that at classified?
Yeah, and that's the thing is, he's driving a giant monster truck, and that reminds me, it looks more like a mask vehicle, one of the Venom vehicles.
That's true. It probably is. Yeah, I'm not familiar with masks, so.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was surprised that Scrap Iron came out of it. You know, got out of the driver's.
Yeah.
So.
After Hound gets the transponder fixed, he contacts Optimus Prime, who I guess this is another plot point in the Transformer books. You have to just read to know. He loses the matrix of leadership at some point, and he's just Optimus at that point when they meet up. But Optimus still talks to Duke, and they exchange war stories, and they talk through their ethos of being a leader and whatnot. And Duke's like, well, listen, we'll have a partnership, you and us and the Autobots. We'll work together and share our knowledge. But if you make one false move, I won't hesitate to pull the trigger on you and kill all of you. I'm like, well, you know, Duke, it's kind of a great start. Optimus is like, okay, that's all right.
Yeah, I can live with that. If I go bad, you'll kill me. Okay, all right. Well, as long as you're not going to kill me now.
Yeah, fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
So I think what's cool is that Hound decides to stay with the Joes for the time being, moving forward.
Yeah. And I liked that plot point because I feel like, yes, there are certain things. These two issues kind of illustrate that, well, unless you're reading Transformers, you wouldn't know that Optimus has lost the mantle of leadership, whatever it is. And
leadership, yeah.
Matrix. Sorry, Transformers fans.
The man buns of leadership.
The man bun of leadership, and but you know it catches you up. I don't feel compelled to go read everything to catch me up, but I did feel like these were good issues because I do feel like Duke has been way overly emotional. like you just need to simmer down, dude.
Rage
you need
monster.
to take some Xanax or something, and just I don't know, go on a vacation or something. So I'm glad that this hopefully has kind of helped him calm down a little bit now that he's okay. I understand now that there are two factions of these robots, that you're aliens, and and I do like the fact that Hound is there because he can kind of be that bridge to let you know about what's going on in other titles might make it a little bit easier if that's, you know, like he's going to be kind of like that, like the oh, what's the word I'm looking for? But I guess just the bridge between G.I. Joe and the Transformers title now. And so, you know, anyway, but I do love the cover to issue 20, even though Optimus doesn't appear like that in the issue. That is still such a cool cover. I love that one. And it's these issues also are good setup. They're 2 issues to help set things up. They're resolving some things. They're setting things up. They're giving, you know, marching orders to different Joe teams, and which brings us to issue 21, which of course is going to be a silent issue. It wouldn't be issue 21 if it wasn't a silent issue. So that was honestly really cool. I was reading that before we got on. I was rereading it, and as I said earlier, Scarlet, you could pretty much just hold off on that miniseries until after you read issue 20, and then read those 5 issues, and then read this one, and you're totally caught up for whatever's going on with Scarlet. So, and it's basically just, you know, she's Hawk is given orders to bring in Scarlet, kicking and screaming. She doesn't have a say in the matter. She's coming in out of the cold, whether she likes it or not. So CoverGirl and Snowjob go in, and Frostbite go in. Oh, and this is where we're introduced to Frostbite too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, and the Snowcat, we see the Snowcat. How they got the Snowcat into Japan, I don't know, but they go to Japan to pull her out. At the same time, Cobra shows up to get the sword again. So they went to, in the Scarlet miniseries, they're trying to get that Energon sword. They lose it. They attack again, and there's a big, I'm talking just humongous melee. Oh my gosh, it's really one of the better.
When they used the Cobra, the Cobra mothership kind of looking thing.
Oh yeah, it's got the snake head on the front.
Yeah.
So
the red snake head in the front. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun
thing. And you think Hardmaster gets injured very severely, but not killed. And so, and it's done very well. I mean, it's largely action. So there's not any dialogue or anything like that. So it's just Cobra, ninjas, blood and guts. I mean, lasers, Valkyries, and
one particular Valkyrie actually saves Cobra Commander's bacon at the end.
With the
Energon sword.
Yep. And I'm wondering if she is somebody. You know, it kind of shows like her mask, her helmet gets cracked, and you see she's kind of has her skin's kind of pale, like she kind of has like a emo looking hairstyle or something like that. You know, I'm wondering, like, is she somebody?
I wonder if she'll be Cadet Dimming or something like that. That'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, that would be interesting. So we will. I have a feeling that character is going to be prominent going forward, and it's good to see Storm Shadow. Still no Snake Eyes. I know they're going to hold off on. Eyes. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they hold off on him until like issue 50. I don't think we'll see Snake Eyes until like issue 50.
I mean, at this point, he's not needed. It's weird saying that, but you don't need Snake Eyes in this book yet.
Yeah, well, it probably, now that I say that, issue 50, he may be recruited to Night Force. That would be probably the perfect place for him. And but anyway, yeah, you're right. He's not exactly needed, and that's kind of maybe that's the point, is that they introduce characters when they're needed, when it's necessary to the narrative. And right now,
very open about that from the start. Because there's been multiple people asking, "Oh, when's so and so going to show up? Like, when's Shipwreck going to show up? When's Footloose going to show up, or whatever?" He told people, just be patient, trust the system, just go with it. We'll get to all of your favorites eventually, hopefully in the near future. I slot them in where I think they're needed.
Yeah. So. Well, and that's a good thing, because he doesn't have to tie it into a toy line. Back in the Marvel series, as much fun as that is, I feel sorry for Larry Hama having to introduce and use all of these characters, because all of these figures comes out and they all have to find their way into the comic, and hardly any of them ever got any significant character development. So that's another positive about the Energon universe is, and I'm sure all the other continuities that came before, but it's very
there's even
meticulous.
been a few characters like Doc who have shown up in the Transformers books and not in G.I. Joe yet. So
oh, really? Okay, so that's news to me.
Doc's been in there. General Flag is a big part of the Transformers books. He's not been in the G.I. Joe book yet. So, There's even been like one panel where they have, where like some generic like soldiers have a G.I. Joe patch on their uniform. So
okay, well, I guess I'm just going to have to break down and get those hardcovers for to get me caught up on the Transformers. I will say, like I said, I read about the first 12 issues of the Transformers, and I don't know why I didn't continue with it. I guess to me, Transformers works better in animation.
I had the first 3 trade paperbacks just to get caught up. There's a 4th one out now, I think. But
okay.
It just doesn't capture me like G.I. Joe does.
Yeah, and I guess that's just the way it is, which is funny.
The big stuff has happened apparently, but yeah.
Oh yeah, but at the same time, Transformers is the bigger property, and it has been. I mean, kids have been playing with Transformers. I mean, G.I. Joe kind of pokes his head up above ground for a while and then goes back down, but Transformers is like consistent. So anyway, I mean, to each his own, I guess. But G.I. Joe has always been more to my liking, and so that's issue 21 is a one-off issue, and it's certainly setting something up. It's definitely the Rashikagis definitely need to be more prevalent in the scheme of things. I mean, you got Cobra and Mars and Extensive and all the different players, the Dreadnoks, Zartan. So that brings us to issue 22. Not that Zartan's in it. Yeah, this is the most recent issue, and so we're introduced to Crystal Ball, and this is kind of the one of the tropes of the series is tracking down Energon, which was kind of similar to the Transformers cartoon back in the day. There's a new reading of Energon in this random location. Let's send a team, and so everybody goes, and then
or something that's called.
Yeah, it's I can never.
It almost sounds like as bad as that the one made up country and then the one like Mass Device series, whatever it's called.
I don't even remember that one.
It was very on the nose. Like it was like Carbomistan or something. It was something almost exactly like that.
Carplakistan.
Wow.
Wow, Carbomistan.
Kaboomistan.
Kaboomistan, Micronesia.
Like that.
Yeah.
This was an interesting way to introduce Crystal Ball, I think. This little section is going to do 2 things where it's introducing this version of Crystal Ball, which is again heavily based on the classified look, and it's also going to go into the backstory of Risk as well.
Yeah.
So we've literally just started it last month. I think this week is issue 23. So this was a fun issue where Hawk is sending half the Joe team out to Badikistan to look at this Energon reading out in this abandoned town in the middle of the Russian former USSR area kind of deal. When Cobra also is sending out their own team to the same area to search it out, and then they meet up, they exchange words, and then they exchange bullets. All the while, they're being spooked by red beady eyes and shadows and whatever else. And finally, they all get grabbed by these ethereal green tentacles and claws and whatever else. The last man standing is Risk, as he watches as Mercer gets yanked into a dark room by a bunch of tentacles. And Risk is like, "Oh yeah, I'm not scared of anything. Do your worst." And then you find out, yeah. In the beginning part of the book, it flashes back to him having a nightmare of one of his first missions that goes super poorly because he didn't anticipate doing risk assessment properly. So he gets his whole team killed basically as a result.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the end of the book, Crystal Ball has apparently done his research, and he has these Energon powered, I guess, projections of his dead zombified teammates coming together. Oh, Crystal, Risk, you've come back to die with us finally, huh? All right. And that's how it ends. So we'll see how it picks up this week.
Yeah, I sadly I almost have to wait like a week or two to get my issues. Ever since Diamond Comics Diamond Distributors went under, my comic shop is like I'm always a week or two behind. So no spoilers when you
I
get
try to
it.
keep it light.
But yeah, and again, with the fact that they're using Crystal Ball, they're using the designs from the classified line, which is really cool. I like the continuity there. And again, with multiple factions, it's just, all these different people vying for control, and which kind of proves just how, if you've read the Real American Hero continuity, even through the IDW years, it's into the Image in the Skybound era, it's like there's always these just shifting factions, shifting loyalties and everything, particularly amongst the villains. And so it'll be interesting to see. I mean, certainly he's not going to end up working for the Joes, but will he be his own thing? Will he have his own team? Will he join Cobra? Most likely join Cobra, of course.
They've already teased, I think, in future issues and alternate covers, they've already teased like the Dire Vipers and stuff.
Oh yeah, you're keeping up with it better than I am, I guess. I just read it.
Yeah.
So you're reading the previews, I'm guessing. So.
Yeah, I have this Comic Geeks app that like you can see previews of the covers that come.
Oh, okay. I have that too, but I'm only checking to see if my comics are in my box. I should spend more time exploring that. But let's see. So
there's one more, I think.
Yeah. And so here we are to last slide of the day. Yeah, this year's Energon Universe Free Comic Book Day. And
it had a huge spoiler.
I'll let you
spoiler up front. So
huge
spoiler up front. Spoiler. Okay, I got that out of the way. We learn in this issue that Hawk has been none other than Zartan the whole time, basically.
Dun, 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 dun.
The whole time. And we learn the origins of his shape-shifting abilities in this universe. That it's very graphic how he gains these abilities. He basically has this doctor rip off his top layer of skin down to his muscle and replace it with Energon skin. Basically, it's very kind of gruesome.
Yeah.
There's one panel where it doesn't like get bloody or anything, but like it shows like the sinew of his forearm and stuff getting the Energon skin applied to it.
Yeah. And I guess that was Dr. Laszlo that did that for him.
That's I'm assuming. I don't think I ever read his name, but that's what I'm assuming. And they call back to him turning blue in the sun, and I believe that's basically an Energon poisoning or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
does it like melt off? Like not only does
he can after a while he has to shed off that skin and grow a new disguised skin basically, and it gives details of like different missions he's done throughout the years, and then his current mission is obviously as Hawk, and it goes back and shows you that I think it's implied that after the end of the Duke miniseries, he switches out with Hawk, and Hawk is taken to this bunker. So basically, ever since G.I. Joe #1, Zartan has been Hawk the whole time.
Yeah. And he's the one that started Night Force. So the reason that the main Joes don't know about Night Force is because Zartan wants his own private, his
Right.
own, he want his many extra teams. So like the real Hawk started the G.I. Joe team. Zartan Hawk
And
started the Night Force team.
And it's the primary reason why the Joe team is so focused on getting Energon. It's because Zartan needs Energon to survive now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it also explains, when you think about it, it explains why in the cartoon that Zartan turned blue, purple in sunlight.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all, yes, because the figure did it, but why did he do it? What's the reason? It's never exactly explained, and he never did it in the car. That was not an issue or in the comic, the Real American Hero comic. He just it's either explained as holograms in his suit, or sometimes it's hinted that he's not exactly human, that some of his DNA is almost like a chameleon, literally, like he can change color. And so it's probably a mixture of both. It's, Hama's always been probably a little dodgy about, it's probably similar to like the origin of Wolverine. Like, did we really need the origin of Wolverine? Do we really need the origin of Zartan? But because the Energon comics definitely leaned heavy into the elements of the cartoon from the 80s, it's like, oh, why does Zartan turn blue in the sunlight? Why is it hurtful to him? Oh, he's got Energon skin so that he can shapeshift. And so it's like, oh, I like the fact that they're thinking about reasons for all of that stuff that we never really got an answer to.
Now that they mention, I think it's blue. He turns blue here because he uses the diluted Energon, which is blue, as opposed to like the purplish pink. So that could be a reason why.
Yeah. And then we also get obviously Matt Tracker and the Thunderhawk are on the cover, and so there is a section that's a setup for the Mask series. So are you planning on reading that at all?
I am not. Mask doesn't interest me in the slightest, unfortunately. But I just had no familiarity with it, so just
Gotcha. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not crazy. Apparently, the Skybound Image has been doing like blind bags where you can get.
Yeah, I saw that. Like,
you can get like
whack one with 2 issues.
Yeah, just like you can get ROM #1, which I'm really interested in that in a way, because I love ROM from the Marvel.
Yeah.
I have all the Omnis from the Marvel run, and I have the Marvel Legends figure. I had a lot of the original comics growing up, so I'm interested to see how they interpret ROM. I wasn't crazy about the ROM series from IDW from like 10, 12 years ago. So we'll see how that goes. But there's the Mask Origins comic that you can get, maybe. So I don't like that. Like, I'm buying something in the hopes that I get it, but I'm not sure what I'm going to get. It's like I may end up with 2 ROMs or neither one. Like I want to get one of each, but now I can't. So anyway, I would like to get that both ROM and Mask Origins so that it collects all the appearances of Matt Tracker and all the other characters. So I love it. I love the idea of it. Yes, the Thunderhawk would not work. None of the things in Mask would work in real life, but who cares? It's just fun. And I really enjoyed the toys when I was a kid. So I haven't gotten any of the newer ones that came out. Forget the company name that made them, but at any rate, I'm definitely intrigued by this. And so it's cool. I'm glad that they're continuing to expand everything. I do hope they don't get too big for their britches, because you have to be careful about interconnected continuity. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it at this point, because they really haven't interconnected it that much. They do it just enough to keep reminding you that it's in the same universe, but
and that's where I kind of like, I don't. I kind of got out of comics in the '90s because, particularly with Marvel, because I was so sick of crossovers, and you know, and to their credit, they haven't done that. I just, you know, and obviously Marvel and DC have an interconnected universe, and they handle that just fine. It's like if Wolverine shows up in an issue of Spider-Man, it's like it's not like I want to run off and watch or read every issue or I need to read every issue of current Wolverine. But at the same time, the Energon universe feels like, is this important? What this just happened?
Yeah.
So you know, like it does feel like they're dropping important things in different issues and different series. Do you follow what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah, they're trying to entice you a little bit to maybe branch
yeah,
out,
yeah.
which I get it.
So yeah. And I'm not like dogging them on. I'm not mad about it. It's just like, it's like, you know, I don't want to feel like I have to read everything. But I won't deny the fact that they're coming out with things like Mask is interesting and Rom is interesting to me. So it's like, dang it. And then the Conan, do you read the Conan from Titan Comics by any chance? Are you into that? I've been reading that, and so they've been coming out with different miniseries with Solomon Kane and different Robert E. Howard characters. It's like, dadgum, I'm back. I mean, I literally for like 15 years didn't walk into a comic book store. Yeah. And so I'm back to reading G.I. Joe and Conan. So it's kind of the circle is now complete. So yeah, well, that guys, everybody that's still watching, thank you for being here. That is our presentation and I hope you enjoyed our little attempt to get everybody caught up on the Energon universe. If you feel enticed, if you enjoyed this, and there's definitely a lot of different, you can get the either hardcovers or trade paperbacks, if you want to track down the individual issues. If you try to get all the first prints, you're probably going to pay an arm and a leg. So you may end up having to get like third, fourth, fifth, sixth prints in some cases. So I think the Dreadnought War sold really well, and I think they're up to like second or third print on some of those issues too. So, for the longest time, I was a hardcover collector, like omnibus collector. So buying individual issues, didn't do that for like 15 years. So, it's kind of cool going into the comic shop every week again, and seeing new interpretations of old existing properties. So yeah. And G.I. Joe is what got me hooked on comics. So it's definitely my gateway drug. So, Jono, are you feeling the addiction, or are you pretty good? Are you just only Energon? Is that it? Are you getting
that's
too?
it. I don't like.
Oh, what was that?
I just sticking with G.I. Joe. I don't feel the need to branch out to anything else. A lot of the writing in recent years has just not been great for me, in my opinion. I was big into the few Marvel titles pre-2020, before the pandemic stuff. The last one I really was into was the brief Infinity Warps title. I got 2018, I think, something like that. And it's just a fun concept for me, where it was like, it was kind of like an in-universe amalgam universe within Marvel, where basically, I think it was like Gamora got a hold of the Infinity Gauntlet and snapped, and instead of reality having itself, it folded in on itself. The characters got merged into one. So you had, Iron Hammer, which was Thor and Iron Man, and you had Soldier Supreme, which was Captain America and Doctor Strange, and you had Ghost Panther, Black Panther and Ghost Rider. And, Arachnite, which was Moon Knight and Spider-Man, and then cool part was even then those four at least they split off into their own miniseries and had their own in-universe miniseries with their own smashed up villains and stuff like that. And then there was like a finale title that had the universes match up again and folded on itself again. And it just kind of got, it did kind of get a little loopy at the end. I'm like, all right, this is just kind of getting ridiculous now. But
Yeah. I about the only Marvel title that I've enjoyed in the last few years is Moon Knight. Jed McKay's run. I absolutely love Daredevil, and Daredevil has not been enjoyable. I didn't like the Saladin Ahmed run. So yeah, I'm not really I'm not exactly wowed about the new writer either. So DC haven't touched. So it's kind of honestly the way comics are for me. It reminds me of the 90s when Marvel kind of sucked pretty hard. Things were pretty rough, and they almost went bankrupt. And I wasn't reading much of anything, and I was really kind of gravitating more towards the independent stuff. Dark Horse, independent titles, self-published stuff. So here I am reading, G.I. Joe from Skybound and Titan Comics Conan. That's typically what I'm reading. And so largely because I'm just such huge fans of those properties, but those properties are happening, they're expanding into different characters, which is appealing to me. I do hope, it seems like people have been saying, a lot of commentators have been saying that Marvel and DC are on the outs. They're on the downhill slide, and they've been saying that for 15 years or more. I don't think anything is really going to happen to them, but I do think that the quality of the writing has suffered significantly, and nothing really appeals to me. That's the thing. I want to like things, but it's like I read it or sample it, and it's like it just doesn't catch you. So, but I will say this is that I do enjoy. Now Joshua Williamson, he did a significant run on The Flash, which is pretty good, and he's writing something else, if I'm not mistaken, for DC or Marvel. But at any rate, there are certain writers that I look for, and like Jonathan Hickman, if he's writing something for any of the big two, I'll check that out, because he did a really good run on the X-Men and Avengers, Fantastic Four. So guys like him. But yeah. Well, alrighty. We've been talking for 2 hours, guys. If you're still here, thank you so much for being a part.
Thanks.
We'll see you guys next Sunday with another fun day. And I don't know what Joe's got cooked up for us, but I'm sure it'll be fun.
It is Father's Day next Sunday.
Oh, it's Father's Day. Are we? Maybe he's skipping. I don't know. So maybe we'll be taking this Sunday off. I will be spending time with my patriarch. So
yeah, same here.
All right, guys. Well, John, man, it's great hanging out with you. Great talking, and
you too, man.
Great idea. And
hopefully we got some new readers.
Yes.
Hopefully we didn't dissuade anyone.
And I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. I hate Microsoft. And do you have anything coming up? Are you doing any reviews or anything?
I just posted the review of Lord Starkiller from Black Series.
Okay.
On my YouTube, go check that out.
Okay.
Again, I want to reiterate that I am not going to Joe Fest, because I'm not going to Joe Fest. If you see me not at Joe Fest and you say the word scuttlebutt to me during show hours that I won't be at, you can get a holographic sticker and a temporary tattoo. Be one of the first 10 people to not see me at Joe Fest.
I'm going to walk right up to Ken Poe and say, "Hey, Jono, you're Wreckship, right?" And
yeah,
for the record, I did not think he was you. I thought that I think I stole inadvertently got your sticker from him, and so I
Yeah.
assumed he was you, not because I
Yeah.
thought that you looked the same.
Right. I got you.
Yeah. So
If other
anyway,
than that, I don't
yeah.
have any upcoming reviews. I think Sundown and Hydro Viper might show up next week or two. Maybe we'll cover
Mhm.
it for Joe Fest. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. All righty. Well, cool. And look him up, look Wreckship up on Instagram. He's a great photographer there. So good figure photographer. And I will, as soon as my most recent Valaverse order shows up, hopefully this week, I will have some reviews for you guys, hopefully by next weekend at the latest. If it comes on Wednesday, I'll have it up. So, but yeah, and look me up on Instagram as well, or shoot me a subscribe on YouTube at the Maximum Warp channel. So Maximum Warp 2099. So, all right, guys, I will let you guys get out of here and close us out. So live long.